Hello! I have mentioned previously that I am studying abroad, and I've been getting quite a few questions about that either online or in person, and I've noticed that a lot of the questions are very similar. So I thought I would just make a frequently asked questions video and post it here so that those of you who have a question that a lot of other people want the answers to, here's the answer. So let's begin. Where and what do you study? I am on a 3-year BA Hons course in musical theatre, and I'm studying just outside of Barcelona in Spain. Why did you decide to study abroad instead of in the UK? I went on holiday to Spain when I was about 13, and while I was walking around Barcelona, all I could think was, gosh, it'd be amazing to spend a year or 6 months maybe living in Spain and just experiencing a life like that. Then when I found out about the drama school that I'm currently at, I thought, okay, so I could not only live in Spain, but I could train in Spain, and it was just a no-brainer for me. Like, since I was 13 I've wanted to be here, and now I have the opportunity to be here and continue my education, so it was a very easy decision for me to make. Do you speak Spanish? Sí, puedo hablar un poco de español, pero necesito aprender más. Yeah, I do speak a little bit of Spanish, but I definitely need to learn more, and I've got another 2 years of my course to keep learning more. I know basic vocabulary, basic verbs, and I can say the phrases that I need in life very confidently. Like, I can ask for a bag at the supermarket, I can ask if I could pay by card, I can ask for directions and things like that. So yeah, I do speak the phrases that I use a lot. Is your course taught in Spanish? No, my course is taught in English, but if you were to study at a fully Spanish institution, then I think you could expect that your course would be taught in Spanish. The reason that mine's taught in English is because it's linked to an English university, so the course is set up by an English university and validated by an English university, so it's an English course just in Spain. Do you have to speak the language of the country that you're studying in? I would say that when you're somewhere like Spain, the majority of people that you come across will be able to speak very good English. So in terms of survival, you don't necessarily have to speak the language, but I think as a respect thing, as educational thing, it can be very enriching if you do go into it wanting to learn more, you know? You already speak English, so why not learn another language on top of that? And as well, if you've decided to study in another country, learn that country's language. Like, just be able to ask if someone speaks English in their language, you know? So I would say it's not 100% necessary for the sake of your own survival in that country, but while you're there, you might as well make all the effort to embrace the culture as much as you can, and that includes the language. And as well, you can't expect absolutely everyone that you come across to speak English, so do be prepared to speak a little bit of that language. How long are you away from home at a time? So my semesters are about 3 months long, and halfway through that we have a reading week. In my first term I was allowed to go home during that reading week, so I was only out of England for a month and a half. But yeah, last semester I wasn't allowed to go home in the reading week, so I was here for the full 3 months. So far the longest that I've been away from England has been 3 months back to back. Do you get homesick? Yes, I do. I do get homesick, but the way that I combat that is by remembering that at most I'm only going to be away from home for 3 months, and that is really not that long a time. I also FaceTime people when I can. I FaceTime my mum every week, and I FaceTime friends whenever they're available. I also text my mum all the time. I keep updated on Facebook and stuff, so I feel like I'm not out of the loop of what people back home are up to. And as well, I'm very busy, so whether it's my course or being a grown-up and like cooking and doing laundry and stuff like that, I'm always doing something, so my mind is never just sat here contemplating quite how much I miss home. But yes, I do definitely get homesick. I definitely feel that I am far from home quite a bit. But I have ways of managing that. Is it expensive? Yes. I'm not going to lie, yes. My course in particular is very expensive because I can't get student financing for my university. Just for whatever reason it's not available. So my tuition fees have been paid up front, which then later means that I'm not going to graduate in debt, so it might work out cheaper in that sense. And I'm also not entitled to a student loan for living expenses. My accommodation is paid for by me and my family. My food, me and my family, other expenses, travel, everything like that, that's all paid for by me and my family. I did try to apply for a studying abroad loan, but for whatever reason I'm not eligible for that either in my particular school. But I believe that if you're studying abroad with the Erasmus programme, or if you go to a different university, like different universities might have a different policy about it. So if student finance is available to you, then it won't be quite as expensive. But definitely travel is expensive. Food is a lot cheaper in Spain, in my experience, than it is in the UK. But yeah, rent and travel are pricey, and then the tuition fees on top of that are very expensive. Travel in particular is expensive because you're more than a train ride away. You've got to get like a bus or a train to the airport, then a plane, then a train to the town where you live. Like, yeah, the travel expenses definitely add up very quickly. So that's something to bear in mind, just to make sure that you have the funding to back it if you do intend to study abroad. Is it worth it? Yes. In my experience, it definitely is worth it. I have come across so many new people that I wouldn't have met otherwise. They're people from Puerto Rico, Portugal, Spain, obviously, and I wouldn't have been able to make such enriching friendships with people from outside the UK otherwise. My course as well, I really enjoy it. I've chosen the right university for me. They offer the training that I want and the teaching that I respond well to. I also think that living abroad has given me a lot of independence, because being here, if I'm sick, I can't just like hop on a train and go and see my mum and be like, please take care of me. Like, if I don't take care of me, no one else does. And that level of independence and having to solve my own problems because I can't go anywhere to solve them for me, yeah, it's really good for your independence. And as well, just in terms of life experience, I'm involved in a whole new culture here. Like, Spain and England are not that far apart, but their cultures are just completely different. And to have the opportunity to be here in more than a holiday sense, in a life sense, is just fantastic. So yeah, if you're considering studying abroad, just know that it will be worth it. It will be. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found my answers to those questions kind of helpful. Yeah, I do get asked them a lot, so I'm always giving the same answer, so I thought I may as well make a quick video on it and just lay that to rest. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like it and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content, and other than that, have a lovely day and goodbye.